with another great story for you. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and let's get to the video. A blood-covered Jacksonville apartment reveals more details in murder of a man.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, we're learning disturbing new information about last week's arrest of 21-year-old Journey McGrew. She's charged with murder and concealing evidence after police say she killed a man inside the Cross Creek apartment complex on the west side. At the time, police were only reporting that the man died from blunt force trauma.
Well, now we've learned more about the weapon and the possible motive behind the killing. News4Jax reporter Eric Avanier joining us live outside the Duval County Jail, where McGrew is being held without bond. Eric.
Well, the fact that she remains held without bond here inside the jail may have a lot to do with some details about the case that we just uncovered today. In fact, we now know the murder weapon was a hammer. We also now know that the victim was found deceased with a letter on his chest, or a note on his chest that said, quote, pedo touches here, as in pedophile. And according to our crime and safety analyst, this case is now looking like a revenge killing. When police were called to the Cross Creek apartment complex to investigate a disturbance, they discovered the bloodied, dead body of 41-year-old Waduda Woodley. He was on the ground in front of apartment 207 in building 200, an apartment that belonged to 21-year-old Journey McGrew. According to police, Woodley had a written note on his chest that read, pedo touches children. The note appeared to be written in ink from a green highlighter. Police ordered McGrew out of her apartment, and as she was being detained, she reportedly asked if Woodley was still alive. Police later obtained a warrant to search her apartment. Police say that when they entered this apartment, they found a trail of blood leading from the doorway all the way to the bathroom, but that's not all they discovered. Other evidence collected inside McGrew's apartment included a bloody metal hammer, a bloody bathroom sink drain, bloody clothing, and a notebook along with a green highlighter. According to McGrew's arrest report, she initially told investigators that Woodley had been sexually grooming her since she was 8 years old and had sexually assaulted her multiple times. The report goes on to say she messaged him on the night of July 1st, stating that she had been sexually fantasizing about him and regretted treating him poorly.
So what you think? She set this dude up, she called him over there, said she been thinking about him, and when he got there, she beat him with a hammer. She alleges he was doing things to her since she was 8 years old. Does that give her any excuse? What do you think? Get in the comment section.
At night, she reportedly invited Woodley to her apartment. McGrew told police that by 1 o'clock the next morning, Woodley pressured her to have sex and that she denied him and asked him to leave. McGrew told police that as they were exiting the room toward the front entrance, she grabbed a hammer and hid it behind her back. McGrew said that when they got to the front door, Woodley grabbed her in a non-forceful manner, and that's when she began to hit him in the head and face with the hammer. When police asked McGrew if
So now she's claiming like if it was self-defense. I don't know if I'm buying that story. What do you think?
she had invited Woodley over with plans to kill him, her response was redacted from the arrest report. News4Jax crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney says JSO has a policy of redacting murder confessions and arrest reports before a defendant has their opportunity to have his or her day in court.
Idea of bringing him over there and telling him that she's...
Well, I'm a little smarter than that. You don't redact no one's confession. You want them to confess so you can easily win in court. So that don't make sense to me. Fuck Tom.
Fantasized about him was the ruse to get him there, and then the night progressed and you know, it ended with his murder.
It's unclear if McGrew's story about being sexually groomed and assaulted by Woodley is true. Hackney says if they are proven to be true, then this is a revenge murder case. Now, Hackney went on to say that if you are ever a victim of sexual assault or abuse, even if it happened when you were a minor, you still need to report it. He says that taking matters into your own hand will only result in you going to prison if convicted of murder. Now, in this case, McGrew was charged with second-degree murder, but Hackney believes that based on some of the statements that she made that are in that arrest report, that prosecutors may see this as a premeditated act and upgrade her charge from second-degree murder to first-degree murder. Reporting live from...
So what you think? You think she was in the right, you think she was in the wrong, you think second degree is okay, or you want premeditated, let me know. I present you with the facts. I give you my opinion on those facts. And if you like how I do that, click that like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can get notifications. But if you support this type of behavior, beating men to death with hammers, cut the shit. That part.